Today we're going to be exploring using the breath during mindfulness meditation, because it's not an uncommon thing that people notice when starting to practice mindfulness meditation and somebody says, bring the attention to the breathing, that all of a sudden the breathing becomes difficult or tense. We start to get stressed, we start to feel out of breath or hyperventilate even, and oftentimes get frustrated and give up. Now, although it oftentimes doesn't happen like that, if it does happen like that, then how do we need to work with it? Well, there are a couple of things that to be interested and curious about. The first thing is that when the attention goes to something, we often become self-conscious about it. Not conscious in the sense of just feeling the sensation, but self-conscious. And what arises with that, and it's a little bit of our ego getting in really, is the attempt to control. You step up in front of public to speak in public, and what should be easy is just breathing in and letting the air out and over the vocal cords and just speaking becomes all of a sudden difficult, because the attention goes off the task and it goes on to ourselves. And so there's a kind of interference that comes with that. So when we're practicing with the breathing during meditation, that self-consciousness might come in. If it does, that's totally fine. So the gentleness of attitude, but just noticing just that little ripple of tension, the attempt to control. Just let all of that come and go, but just practicing very gently coming back to the sensation of the breath, the feeling of the air as it enters and leaves. But letting go of control, just letting the body breathe as it wants to, right? Because the body knows how to breathe. It's a great thing that it does. I mean, imagine if it didn't, we'd have to stay up all night, take another breath, take another breath. But the body knows how to breathe. So in a sense, we're learning to stand back as a simple, impartial observer and just letting nature, in a sense, do what it knows how to do. And if we can do that, we might find that we don't interfere with the breath, we don't struggle with it so much, and it gets easier and easier to rest the attention with the breathing. Sometimes, certainly for people who've had a background of struggling with the breath, have had a history of asthma and so on, can find that this can be quite a difficult thing, because the breath is associated with sometimes some quite stressful situations. Same principle though, just practicing with the breath. In the mindfulness meditation practices, generally we're not trying to control it to any particular count, for example. In some yoga breathing practices, certainly there is a control or regulation of the breathing, and they're very useful practices as well. But in the mindfulness meditation just by itself, just learning to let the body breathe. Right? Just in the same way we give impartial attention to the sensations happening throughout the body, we can also do that with the breathing. So just be curious to notice if this interference comes up. Just be gentle with yourself, a little bit patient, learning to just ride those little waves of tension if they do arise. And we might find that over time it just gets easier and easier. So I hope that's a helpful tip for today, and good luck with your mindfulness meditation practice.